Yo, what's up? I'm Johnny Gill, and you're watching This Is 50.com.
My. Johnny Gill.
It's tough being a CEO, tough being trying to hold it all down.
Man, heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Oh my God, let me tell you something.
You people's bosses now.
Yeah.
But it's been going on for a long time.
Long time. That's a long time. It's just, the toughest thing about being a boss is just decision making that you have to make. And sometimes it ain't the most popular decision, but you have to do what you feel is best. And that affects everybody, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to think in terms of, in order to run a business, a successful business, you have to be on top of your business. So it becomes, some days it's great, some days it's like, do I have to deal with this? But it comes with the territory.
Do you fire people yourself, or do you have a buffer in between
No,
you?
I'll do it myself. Because this is people, and this is their life, and I find that if there's for some reason that they're not living up to the standards and their obligations in doing so, I find that it's important that as they move forward with life, if nothing else, you can pass on down to them, that they'll learn and understand what it is that didn't work over here, that you might need to learn or think about moving forward, so that you don't find yourself in having this outcome again. So it's the toughest thing to do, but it's my gift still to someone to understand that, listen, at this point, I gotta move forward, and because I got a business that has to operate, and if the duties are not being performed up to the standards, that we gotta just, this is just what it is, and gotta move forward, but wishing you nothing but the best. But here are some of the issues that we've had that you might want to just take a look at, so that that doesn't impede your progress moving forward with wherever else you go next. And I find that it's my obligation. I feel obligated to do so. So
Well, you know what? I'm in that position, right? But then you know what I hate about getting rid of people myself is the excuses part, and it's not enough accountability.
people are definitely, everyone's always gonna have the Narcisse disease, and that is Narcisse. I didn't do it, and I didn't did it, and no, everybody's got that. So it's just that when you make your mind up that this is what you want to do and what you're gonna do, it's like, I understand. But here, once again, when I decide to let someone go, I have named or laid out or have a collage of things that just did not happen, that took place, or that just allowed me to come to this decision. And I make sure that my T's are crossed and my I's are dotted, so there are facts, not something he say, hearsay, she say. I look at the bottom line, so that when I'm going down the list of stuff, I leave no room for error, or leave no room for rebuttal, because these are facts. I'm not talking about what I hear. And I don't base my stuff based on what somebody said or you heard. I'm always looking at the individual and dealing with them accordingly, which is important. Because people said a million things about me. I don't know. A lot of it is not true. So I've learned that I don't want to judge anybody based on hearsay. I'm going to deal with you accordingly, and then I'm going to make my judgment based on what you provide for me. Yeah.
What does it mean to be a game changer? Because that's a real deep word right off the rip. And before you answer, I want to let you know why I feel like you're a game changer, and that's because I feel like you're one of the first people I've ever seen in life do the riffs and runs and on a popular level. You know what I'm saying? And that's when the whole singing thing just went to a different level.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think that was just only because of our generation, because the first ad lib that was done, I think, was from I want to say from
George Clinton?
No,
James
way
Brown?
back in, even before James Brown.
Jackie Wilson.
What was Louis Armstrong? So everybody kind of has evolved, and as where he would they call it improvise, and a lot of people and artists have started, and that became a thing of watching people actually be greatly respected by being able to improvise. But in our generation, there was a bunch of boy bands around, or groups and stuff, and when I came along with the group, that was the first time I think our generation took notice, and they kept saying, they described me as the new guy that can sing. They didn't have, I don't think they had any, there was nothing behind what they were saying besides that's how they described me, that the guy that can sing. So, and it was a trip because, I just always did what I did as a vocalist, and began to watch people start thinking that being in a group and having a singer like Mike Calvert was cool. Like it was okay. It was the end thing. And so,
What do you feel like you pioneered and brought to the game? Period. What belongs to you, Little Richard style?
What belongs to me?
Yeah, you know how he is when he talk about the game and who his children are.
Wow. What belongs to me?
When you watch TV, that's me. That's me too. Okay.
Right.
It ain't nothing wrong with tooting your horn, Johnny.
No, I think that being influenced or influencing others has been going on since the beginning of the time, and it's not just me. I was influenced by someone, whether it was Steve, whether it was Luther, whether it was Teddy, Donnie Hathaway. So we all been influenced. I don't think I could take ownership up to anything. I think I've had a great influence on many, and I'm grateful, and it's rewarding to know that when you see people that talk about them following, studying. Jodeci was one that said Andre Harrell put them in the room and made them study me. And Boyz II Men, the way they got their name Boyz II Men was because of the song I sang on the album called Boyz II Men, and them signing to Michael Bivins was a day that Michael called me asking me to just let the guys know that give them that confirmation that he was going to take care of them, and then joining forces, that they were in great hands. And I remember talking to him, and that's when he felt that I thought that he needed to pull it over the top, but that's how they got the name Boyz II Men. I've influenced many, but at the end of the day, nothing belongs to anybody. There's 88 keys on the piano, and listen, ain't nothing that you can do or play that hasn't been played before. So nobody owns anything. It's just that we figure out different ways to make it work for us to carve out our own identity and niche. But at the end of the day, it still comes down to it belongs to everybody. We don't own anything.
I didn't know how you was gonna dance out of that, but you did it in remarkable form and made all the sense. And it is still up to us to say, yeah, that's his, and inside the barbershops and the church. I can dig it. Samples. How many times has Johnny Gill been sampled?
Oh my goodness, I can't even count. And it's so funny because I probably have more songs sampled than I've had anybody trying to redo my songs.
But I think that I imagine Johnny Gill is the guy like, no, you can't make that over. Nope, you can't do that. No, don't fuck with my shit.
Right. Yeah, and it's the true testament, I think, to any unique artist that. Another one is Sade. How many people you hear trying to redo Sade songs? How many people, it's like there's just, how many people you see trying to do a Luther Vandross song? A Teddy Pendergrass. They're just certain artists that they bring something to the table that people can appreciate, but it's very hard to really try to duplicate. And it doesn't make us any greater of an artist or any less of an artist. I'm just saying there's some level of a uniqueness that's in there that calls people to go, oh no, stay away from that one, because we can't, being able to take that song to the next level. I don't know if there's another level it can be taken to. So you find that there's just certain artists that you don't find many people who will try to mess with their catalog.
Yeah. And you still didn't say, I don't really like people doing my over, or I don't.
I would love it. I'm in. There's Tom G, the rapper Tom G.
Yeah.
I'm Johnny Gill. No, he did Johnny Gill, and then the other one was Street Cross, I believe it's called Street Capital. That's the name of them. And those guys did I'm Johnny Gill for Real, did their song, a song about Johnny Gill. And they did an awesome job. I sit and listen to it as just on my own listening pleasure because I like the songs that they did. And then you sit down and you go, who would have thought if someone would be doing songs about me? And the songs are hot. Like both songs were hot. if you go to Street Capital and type in Johnny Gill for real,
I've heard it.
and if you type in Tom G, Johnny Gill, I'm like, wow. And Tom G and I, as a matter of fact, I just got him to put some bars on the Best Thing, the new song, and that's gonna probably come out as when it comes out as a single. I'm gonna have put that version of it in with him. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah. He's a good cat, and I said, hey man, he said, let's do something together. I said, I absolutely love that. Absolutely. So, yeah.
Hey, I heard you just listening to some hip hop right then, and then I heard in an interview yesterday when we was talking about R&B influences. So Johnny Gill listens to hip hop.
Absolutely.
I can't. I know you're a regular person. I got it.
Absolutely. I love all genres of music, and I'm a musician. I play guitar, drums, keyboards, percussion. I do it all. So I listen. I enjoy the art of music, and it doesn't matter where it's coming from or who it's coming from. I keep myself open to be inspired. So and that's the only way you can be inspired, is not have any attitude that I don't know what they're saying, or this is too much. Are they saying that ain't that's some foul shit they're saying? What is that? It's like, hey, this is a language that another generation speaks, and I get it, understood it, but it doesn't make it not art. And still, when you look at art, it's that painting on the wall is art. And if I'm looking at it and thinking it's beautiful, and you're looking at it and thinking it's not, we just don't see the beauty in the same thing, and that's okay. It's not. It doesn't necessarily mean because I don't like it or because I like it, you have to like it. It's an art. It's a form of art, and what works for your taste is up to you.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So it's important that we all recognize that and respect that. Yeah.
Back to one game changer. Why is Johnny Gill game changer?
Simply because in this era and this time, starting in this game at such an early age, 36 years later, having my own label. Not having my own label and doing it independent. A lot of people are trying to do the whole independent route. But mine's is not about the independent route. RT, Riz. Everyone is trying to do it because that's the thing to do now. Very few have been quite successful at doing it. And I'm doing it because I want to change the game. I'm doing it because I hope it does change the game. I hope it does open more doors and opportunities for many others to do it. I've often said this many times before. A smart man surrounds himself around people that are smarter than him. It's important. I'm shocked at how many people that's seeing what's going on, that doesn't say, yo, what is the secret? What are you doing? How are you doing what a major label doing and whipping them at the major labels that doing it? Like, what are you doing and consistent at it? Like, I would think a smart person would go, hey, come here, let me holler at you for a minute. Put me up on what's going on here. What is it that you're doing, the components that it takes to actually win at being and doing it on an independent level, the way that you're doing it? Because it's technically it's independent, but when you think about what I'm doing and the staff and how we've been able to resonate and get our music out there and being able to do what we're doing with exposure and having the success, we're doing it on a major label level.
And you've always been that way, independent, even from day one. And when joining the group, you've been independent. You was a sixth man. Walking on, hey, I'm here when you need me. And you know what I'm saying, I'll be over here doing my thing. That's right. I'm not on the bench, but yo, whenever you need me to get in the game. I
always felt like, without tooting my horn, I just always felt like Michael Jordan. I always felt like I'm here to try to help and make everybody else better. When I want to get mine, I can get my 60 points. So I don't need to feel like at the end of the day, I need to be the man. I just feel that level of confidence that when it's time to go and get mine, I can get mine. So I want everybody around here to feel good and want to do that and feel like they can get that, make that happen.
Fact or fiction? When you got in the group, you couldn't dance, and you had to learn to dance. Is that true or false?
Oh, that's true. I had 2 left feet at one point. I was just like, hey, I could not for the life of me figure it out. I was like, how about I sit down and sing and y'all do all the dancing and then I'll come back in. But it was a challenge, and that was a challenge of me stepping outside of my comfort zone to learn something that I didn't feel comfortable with.
Did that intimidate you? Because there's a lot of...
Yeah, it was, because I'm thinking you gotta remember these steps and sing at the same time.
And sing.
That's a lot. But it was it was taking me to the next level from as an artist, and the sky is only the limit. So not being afraid and being able to step outside of your comfort zone to do and be challenged to do something that you've never done, We should always welcome that. People we walking on in fear versus faith will always keep you and hold you from getting ultimately to your destiny. Be open, be honest, embrace it. Yes, sometimes the fear of it is one thing, but facing it head on to deal with that makes a world of a difference to where you're going to ultimately come and end up. So.
Best advice Johnny Gill ever got, and who did he get it from?
My godfather, Hank Caldwell. I just did my very first show on the Merv Griffin show years ago, and I went home and I'm playing in the backyard with with Rod, his son, and we're in the backyard playing. The kid next door said he just saw the show and it was like asking could he have an autograph. I didn't know Hank was out there, and I was like, nah, man, we're playing. We was in the backyard playing, and I was like, nah, we're playing. And Hank brought me into the door, told me, come here for a minute. I went to him and I said, yes, sir. And he said, listen, let me say something to you, kid. He says, when a person asks for an autograph, you should be happy to give them an autograph. He says, I want you to always remember this. You don't remember nothing else. He says, a pen is much lighter than a shovel. And it sticks with me to this day.
Damn.
To this day. Yeah.
You sing for a living. You don't dig ditches.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with people who has to do it, but he's saying this is what you do for a living, and you could be doing a harder job. And he's saying, but the pen is much lighter than the shovel. Yeah.
Very humbling. And how old were you at the time?
I was 16.
16 years old.
Yeah.
Was you an asshole?
No, I was just a kid that was wanting to play like an average kid in the yard throwing footballs, and I was like, I don't want to right now. So not understanding the importance of that stuff. It didn't matter because I was just a kid. When kids are focused on playing your games and doing stuff, nothing else matters. You want to hurry up. You barely want to go to the bathroom and pee. You don't want to eat. You don't do anything when you're in the middle of playing.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you got those overzealous fans, the fanatics, and they won't let Johnny Gill be a regular person or just a little overbearing. How do you deal with that? Or you don't? You got security.
But I don't mind dealing with people. I don't mind even checking people. I do it in a manner of respectful. Somebody comes up to me and they're just going, here, come here. I'll go, come here? Really? Come here? I don't mind doing what I need to do for you, but do you understand the approach? That's not being very respectful. Respectful. And they go, I apologize. I said, it's okay. But we just got to be mindful of how we approach, because that's important, and we are still dealing with each other as human beings, and we have to have that level of respect. But I can check somebody very kindly and make sure you go, hey, listen, that's not cool. That's not cool. Now, what do you need? Okay, here's I'm like, no. I can maybe sign something for them, but calling somebody, putting them on the phone versus saying, hey, is it okay if I call and put them on the phone? And I'll say, if I can't right now, how about I sign something to get them let's take a quick picture so you can send it to them. So I find an option to do so. But it's important to ask and not realize or think that because you buy a record means that it gives you the rights to say, do whatever you want. And I am obligated to do, because that's not what it says when you buy those records. We'll look on there and read all the stuff. What does it say? I owe you anything. The only thing I owe you is great music and great product, and the only reason why you're going to get it is only simply because you must like it, because nobody can put a gun to your head and force you to go get something that you don't want. So with that said, it's just being respectful is important, because as an entertainer, we have good days and bad days like everybody else. And if you get approached the wrong way, you can get dealt with in a different way, and you'll have a different outlook on them, thinking they were an asshole, without having and taking the responsibility and being accountable and recognizing, how did I make the approach? And I get sometimes people, when they make an approach, you think about, sometimes people don't think when they see, because it'll never happen again in life. So they just might react, simply not knowing how they're going to react when they see, because they're just going, this will never happen again in life, shoot. So I get that too. And you go, okay, it's okay. It's all right. It's okay. And you make sure they understand that we're human, and I'm with you.
If your life was a movie, what would it be called?
Ooh, if my life was a movie, what would we call it? Probably would have been a New Edition story. Those dynamics that we've dealt with and I've dealt with in life, we only just scratched the surface of so many things that was left on the cutting room floor and things that still didn't get told.
Mm-hmm.
But
and then I was at a Ronnie Bobby Ricky Mike concert in Jersey,
Yeah.
and they said it's gonna be a Belle Biv DeVoe story. So I was like, oh shit! So that means it's gonna be a Johnny Gill biopic and a Ralph Tresvant biopic.
yeah, hey, listen, they know something we don't, but if it does, that's great. I think that everyone has got a journey. Everyone has a past. Everyone has a story. We all do. So, and if anyone feels compelled to tell their story, they should have the rights to be able to do so. That's for sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
I like my as your biopic title.
Yeah, that's my signature song.
That's your
Signature
crowd
song.
pleaser. That tear the show down.
Yeah.
You can't leave without doing it. And I know for a fact you've had a lot of my moments in your life.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely something to look at. That
Or is it something the way you're like, man, I'm tired of this shit? Because I do hear a lot of R&B artists, they don't like.
That song has kept me afloat and taking care of my family and being able to live the life that I live. And I sing it every night like I just recorded it and like it just came out yesterday. And I take great appreciation to it because it could ultimately be the other way around. That people have, many songs don't have that kind of life shelf. So it's like when you get a classic, that means it's around forever, and people knowing it, that even a new generation is learning and understanding. It's like, that's a blessing. It's a blessing, and I don't look a gift horse in the eye or tell God I don't appreciate that blessing. There's too many people in this game, in this business, that have come and gone and has not been able to sustain and be in this game a long period of time and still here doing what we do. So it is not to be taken for granted.
That reminds me of something Kirk Franklin told me. He said, God loves me, but he don't need me. He could put anybody in my space right now to do this.
To do this, yeah.
And preach my word through the ministry of what's going on. He could do anybody, but he chose me.
Yeah, he chose him one. Yeah.
Biggest misconception about Johnny Gill?
Probably that I'm always so serious. And shoot, anybody knows me, I'm a straight clown at times, but when it comes down to taking care of business and it's time to get to business, I'm a no-nonsense guy. I can switch, I'm a Gemini, but I can switch from one lane to the next and take off that hat, put on this one and go, hey, it's time to take care of business, don't want to hear it. And let's put the fun side or put the personal relationships aside. You're getting paid to do what? Here's what I need from you. And we need to fulfill your obligations as well as I need to do mine. Let's not allow the relationship to get in the way here and not be able to or cross those boundaries. So I'm always that guy who could be stickler for, let's get the work done. And then after you get the work done, we'll be screaming and laughing and having fun. And people go, a lot of people don't even get to see your personality like this. And it's like, I got nothing to prove to anybody. I'm happy and comfortable within my skin and who I am. And I let people see what I want them to see of me. So, yeah.
Where does the business come from, Johnny? Like who taught you that, hey man, make sure you get your writing credit for this. Make sure you do it, because you came up in an area when people were signing 10 and 15 album deals and whatnot, and they just won't be famous.
Yeah.
They won't get the money. They want to be famous. I get the money later.
I had a great manager by the name of Mr. Bill Underwood, who really, really kind of taught me this game and made sure that I understood what it was about and what we need to do in order to be in this game and stay in it for a long time. Understanding a number of things, and that's what caused me to come in this game as a kid thinking business. And I've only just tried to lead by example, even for my own compadres. I've tried to make sure that they understand that it is important to take care of business.
Jarrell Busby. It seemed like he really favored you.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
And made sure Johnny Gill was in very privileged positions inside this movie.
Yeah.
How is true to that was the life for real. It happened just that way. And then when you see him with Ralph, it's polar opposite. When you see him with Bobby, like, look here, motherfucker, you either gonna do this shit right now or it ain't gonna happen for you. I'm not coming here again. But with Johnny, all love, What do you need, young man?
Jarrell was with MCA when I joined the group, and he was very instrumental in making the transition when he went from Motown, from MCA to Motown. He said in his deal, the only person I need to take, I'm taking is Johnny. And that was part of the deal when I was signed to MCA. And Joe had fondness for the fact that, for me, and the fact that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Gerald told Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, I need a male artist. And what do you think about us? Like Howard Hewitt and someone, and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis looked at him and said, are you serious? You got a male artist. Do you understand what you got in Johnny Gill? A young, fresh male artist. And he said, hey, shoot, man, think about that. And he said, and we'll be more than happy to get him off and started on his way. And he was like, let's rock. And then LA and Babyface came in. And I was the first person that allowed that LA and Babyface, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis collaborated on the whole album with. I was the very first artist, so yeah. Not
only that, you dark skinned Johnny. You're coming up inside an era where like you and Bobby Brown, y'all was the chocolate dudes, and there wasn't, but chocolate dudes wasn't popular like that. They looked for the light skinned dude with the perm down. How hard was it for you to get through that era and still be Johnny Gill, turn into Johnny Gill?
Let me tell you, I didn't fall short of benefits. One thing about great talent, when you're talent, you're gonna get your share. Listen, everybody is a big world out there, and everybody don't all fall into wanting the light skins. There's some that are going, I was raised on dark skin. I had my dad's dark skin. I like dark skin. So we got our share. And we got our share no matter what the trend looked like. My friend, we didn't miss nothing. Yeah.
This new album, Game Changer 2.
Yeah.
I listened to it about 5 or 6 times.
Oh, you did?
Yes. And it's riding. And I was so surprised that Johnny Gill stayed Johnny Gill the whole time. You ain't do no trap music or no shit. You didn't start rapping and do it. It was you.
Never wanted to compromise who I was, but I still was able to branch out. When you take a look at Carlos Santana and Sheila E., even when you listen to The Best Thing, that's hip hop edge vibe to it, but it's still Johnny being Johnny, and it's almost like me singing the ballad in the hip hop thing, because my ultimate subject matter is telling the girl the best thing about me is you.
That was amazing.
It's the ultimate compliment to a woman. So it was not even, not changing who I am and trying to go. I'm gonna start talking about, how I'm.
I got the bag and then all of anything that's going on right now.
So
you taught us how to talk to women, and this was a refresher course for me, because even today, while I was on my, before I came here, I was on my way to my old lady house, to go to get a quickie and everything. And on the way to doing that, I'm listening to Bed on Fire.
Oh yeah.
And it made me accountable.
Man.
Cause I used to didn't care if she got off. Cause I was spoiled and it was just about me. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to please her today. I wanted to please her because I heard your song.
Man, that's funny. That's awesome.
Man. And I was a different person. I was like, man, I gotta stop. I'm acting like a dickhead.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
You changed me this morning.
Wow, that's what's up. And I like that. That's what this is about. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger, and I try to live by it, and that's why I can tell that story and can preach that, because that's how I try to live.
Now the whole project, one thing I learned about Johnny Gill is that you a player, man.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout on every song. Yeah. You a player. From the first one is the only one.
Yeah.
But she don't feel like she the only one, but then you gotta make her feel like she the only one.
She's the only one for me. Yeah.
She gotta walk away feeling like she the only one, but she not the only one.
Right. Yeah. Oh,
you said that.
It's an everyday life situation for us that we all can relate to as a man.
It was the real.
So, I ain't trying to hide it. I'm just trying to touch on it and be realistic about it. And go, this is what it is.
I was arguing with my comedian buddies this past Monday on the same subject, and we was going back and forth like, women, you really don't want to hear the truth, because the truth of the matter, if I tell you that, yo, I'm gonna be with you, but then I'm gonna be with her and all that, I'm probably not gonna get no coochie. Right. I'm probably 9 times out of 10.
That's where most men and how most men think, and it's not that case. That's not the case. The thing about women, and I keep telling everybody, is that hell has no fury like a scorned woman. A woman that is scorned, she's scorned normally because, as a man, we mislead them. That's what pisses them off. Women are just like us. They like challenges too. We're two consenting adults. I'm not trying to get in no situation. Hey, let's hang out. We can have friends. We can be casual, however you want to rock. But you got to be in a position as a man to not be afraid to lose telling her the truth, because a woman would always come back around when it comes down to going, even if they go out and decide to move on with somebody else, they gonna come back to that guy that they know that told them the truth, because you ain't gotta like me, you ain't gotta respect me, you ain't got to love me, but you'll respect me. And women if you're gonna be honest with them, when they fall and get emotionally invested into some shit, you can easily be able to talk and remind them that this is what we discussed, remember? And I understand if it's too much for you, I get it, but here's the reality. I never lied to you or misled you to think anything other than what we talked about, so that you could be clear. A woman looks and thinks, if she likes a man, I'm going to get my hooks in him, and I'm going to take that challenge because I'm going to get him and I'm going to make him mine. And that's fine if they want to take the challenge. But it is not our duty to sit there, and we got to be honest, be direct. Be direct. I tell every woman I date, because I'm a single guy, don't ask if you don't want to know, because I have nothing to hide. And I'm going to tell you the truth. Be prepared to deal with the truth. I'd rather be honest with you. You ain't got to like me and love me, but you'll respect me. And every one from my exes on down, we all have, stay in touch with everyone. Even if they move on to doing what they're going to do. Got it, understood. But they come back, call, want to talk about whatever their situation is, to all those things, because they go, okay, he's going to tell me the truth. Might not feel good, but I know one thing, he'll tell me the truth. And I ain't got to worry about him playing games. Women don't like guys playing games. So guys have a fear when they're trying to conquer. Let me figure out, not tell her I'm married. Let me figure out, not tell her I got some other girl, I got a girlfriend. Let me figure out how I can let her know I don't really mess around and hang out. I just sit and chill. You can't do that. You got to be straight, be direct with a woman. If she likes you, it's a challenge for her, and she's ready to go at it. You just can't get to operate on the level of being clear and not having the fear, and recognizing that if I can get it, cool. And if I don't right now, maybe I'll get it down the line. But at least I know she'll come back, or we'll be cool to be friends, because she's going, oh, this nigga's been straight up with me. And he told me, even though I was aware. So when girls say, or some girl say, I'm gonna tell that, I thought we was exclusive, or somebody go, I saw you with blah blah blah, I'm gonna tell blah blah blah, that's my friend. And I'm like, you should go do so. Good luck.
Wow, because they already know you.
Thank you.
You didn't already put it out there.
Ain't nothing. You're telling somebody that they don't know, and it's important. If you're gonna move, just move on.
Yeah, I was married and divorced in the same year, 17. And I went a little too fast and whatnot, and I thought that I could. I changed.
Yeah.
And I tried to change her and train her to be
what you would like her to be.
And you can't.
Bad idea. Not a good idea. And understand that we don't get to change nobody. We love and accept them for who they are. So you don't want to change somebody. And if you think you're coming in here to change somebody can adapt because they want to try to make you happy. But if that's not who they are, it's like a time bomb waiting to explode. We don't get to change anybody. You're gonna have to love them for who they are, love them for their flaws, and love them for what they are, and accept them for who they are, and sit down and talk. One thing about when you love each other, or you say you love each other, it's about compromise. It's about understanding that we gotta communicate to recognize these are things that do bother me, but I understand. If you like to smoke, and I don't like smoking, and the smoke really bothers me, I can't tell you stop smoking. That's not me. I can't do that. What I can tell you is, can we do this? If you go into smoking, you go outside where it's not, so it doesn't impede on me and get down my throat, because the smoke bothers me. It's compromising. It's recognizing at the end of the day, I'm not going to stop you or change you from doing what you do. And though I might not particularly care for it, I'm going to express that to you, but you got to still be you. That's what you do. That's what you do. I got it. And I hope and pray that at some point you'll stop. But if not, just for me, so I don't have to encounter that we can do that. And that's what two people do. It's compromise.
That leads right into this song. Great transition to lose a lover, keep a friend.
Yes.
That reminds me of that. You know, the discipline that comes in into where you don't, like, you know, this is gonna be unhealthy. This is gonna hurt you in the long run.
Yeah.
If we keep on doing it the way you want to do
I
it.
found that it was important to have, and I thought it was an interesting way to come, a concept of talking about the song, because I lived it. You know, when you have a person in your life and you realize, and there's been plenty of girls that I liked and was digging, and we just never crossed those lines, simply because of a fear of that happening, to lose the friendship. Because once you reach that point, that's it. So as a man, most men, if you said, give me relationship or the benefits, what was the average man you think is gonna tell you? I'll take the relationship. I'll take the benefits.
Yeah.
Fuck the friendship. I got enough friends.
Fuck that friend.
So to be able to hear, or for a woman to hear a man to say that friendship has more value to me, it means more to me than the benefits. Keep the benefits. That's what you choose to do. But the person that I care about and the relationship that we have has more value to me. It's something that is not rarely said to a woman, because she knows, give them the two options, they going for the benefits.
And it's funny you say that too, because I got these two girls in my life. I really want them benefits, but now after hearing the song, I'm like, yeah, we just need to be cool, because I will fuck that shit up, and they are my real friends.
Yeah. So understand everything. You can't pound on everything we see.
Yeah. And I only want it because I ain't had it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and it reaches a point where it can cross a line that could ruin your relationship for good. And some friends are what they are and have value in your life. And so you gotta, someone once said, you don't shit where you eat, you know. So it is important to sometimes recognize that when you got people that mean something to you, am I willing to fuck that shit up? Because I know what's gonna come in between once that happens, and they're good for me. We're good for each other. They're cool. We have I got somebody that's got my back, and have no other ulterior motive, because we haven't crossed those boundaries. And as a man, you do need that too. We don't realize it till we get older, but sometimes you gotta understand, man, everything that we look at, every girl we look at, you can't conquer. Some are gonna be what they're gonna be, just friends. And it's cool.
That's what your album, it sums it all up.
Yeah.
For that guy that wants to be a player.
Yeah.
And whatnot, this is the instructional.
Yeah.
This is the movie score,
Yeah.
right? Game changer.
Yeah.
It definitely changed me.
Yeah.
And I listened to it 5 times.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I feel it was so
I'm
many
hearing it on
different
social media. Everybody on social media is going, I've been listening to it. I'm at work. I'm listening to it. I can't stop listening to it.
Yeah.
Like, I just see it all throughout the whole social media. And I keep reading. I'm just going, wow, this is accomplished. I wanted to make sure it was something everybody would be proud of and feel good about. That's all.
The writing is amazing.
Thank you.
The bars are excellent.
Thank
you. Talking about something you didn't waste not one
That's what
word on
everybody
it.
says. Everybody's saying that unanimously.
Even perfect with you and Ralph and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I tell my girl all the time, you ain't gotta put on all that shit.
Yeah.
I like the sweatpants, put your head in the ponytail and go.
Let's go. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Embrace your imperfections. That's what makes you perfect. It's the imperfections. It's not being perfect, because there is no perfect person on the planet.
It's perfect for me.
Yeah, exactly.
You perfect for me.
Absolutely. So it's important, and that's a strong, powerful message that needs to get to all these women, because they are feeling the pressure of trying to hang with these Instagram models and everybody's trying to act like this, and that's not everybody. Everybody in a size 6, and everybody got to understand that embrace who you are and who God made you. And that starts where it starts. If you want to add little things here and there because it makes you feel good, cool. But if you don't like you because you don't like the way you look, you still got an issue, because all that other stuff is not going to change what you need to accept about you on the inside.
Isn't that real?
It starts from the inside out. So, it's important.
Last thing, Luke James. You couldn't have found a better person to play you.
What an incredible job he did. I love that kid, and he's been such a great guy and artist that I truly respect and love. He's just a immense talent, and I think he's going places, hands down.
Were you aware of him before the movie?
No, yeah, I was. I remember the one song, but yeah, I just thought, okay, y'all, well, I guess you think he can do it. But when he sat down and talked to him, and I watched how focused he was, how attentive he was to figure out and get to know my demeanor and issues and the things that it was, and it became, I said, I think he can pull it off. And he did an incredible job.
And when I met him, before he popped off, when I saw him play you, I thought to this day, I call him Johnny Gill.
Yeah, everybody.
And I know him.
Yeah,
I know the guy.
Such a good cat, man. He's just a good cat all around, and he reminds me of me.
Yeah, he
That's
reminds
what's
me
crazy.
of you too, and I don't know you.
Yeah.
I thought I knew you.
So
You know, you meet somebody you think because you watch him on TV and shit. Yeah, he
Absolutely.
really
Absolutely.
made me feel good about watching him because I'm very critical on biopics and singers that people that they choose. Like Buddy, you don't even look like Buddy, but he looked like you. He sang. He could carry notes and all that other stuff.
Absolutely.
And he did the dance.
Yeah.
The boots. When did you stop? When you put the boots down?
Man, I had to put the boots down after them clowns started clowning me, and he was like, "Yo, man, it's time for you to let the trustees go." I just gradually grew out of it, but I used to love my boots, man. Cowboy boots. I remember since I was a kid, always wanted cowboy boots. For whatever reason, cowboy boots with my jeans was always like this. I think I was really a cowboy at heart.
Johnny Gill, I appreciate you talking to This Is 50 today, man. Is there
Yes.
anything you want to tell This Is 50 before we get about you?
Man, just thank y'all for having me, allowing me to be able to spit some knowledge that I think I hope that impacts people because it is a world we're living in right now that we need knowledge. We need as much, and anybody that has it to share it. We need to get this world, get this thing back on track, and whoever and whatever you got that can be of help to anybody, man. You know, having these outlets to be able to talk to and reach people, to be able for them to sit down and listen, it's truly a blessing, but most importantly, it's important, it's needed.
Yeah, like I always say, you just can't say you're real. It's something you got to be. Johnny Gill, we over when we out of here. Hey, do I have something in mind? Y'all go to commercial and don't kiss them hoes in the mouth unless you got to.
Aha!